Hey, I'm Rahul.
And I'm Alexa.
Welcome to Relationships
Need Verbs. And on this episode, we're going to be discussing Season 1, Episode 2 of Gilmore Girls, of course. And this episode is called The Lorelai's First Day at Chilton. It aired on the 12th of October in the year 2000. And it was written by Amy Sherman Palladino. And it was directed by Arlene Sanford. So it's a different director than the pilot. What were you doing on October 12th, 2000?
October 12th, 2000. I was...
At 8/7 Central, sorry.
8/7 Central. I don't know. Probably just thinking about life. Living the dream. Thinking about Halloween, maybe.
All right.
What about you?
I was around.
Oh.
Maybe there wasn't much going on, like around my mind, but I was around. All right. So let's go into the synopsis. So from the Gilmore Girls wiki, it states, Lorelai oversleeps on the morning of Rory's first day at Chilton. The hurried woman dresses in casual clothes, only to find her own mother waiting in the headmaster's office. Lorelai's attire draws sharp criticism from the elder Gilmore and dirty looks from the other students' parents. Okay, I know we'll read from the Gilmore Girls episode guide book from the Trivia Deck and episode guide, but I did want to say dirty looks from the other students' parents. It said that, but I didn't see that. I mean, she gets asked out, but okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll read from the little book, and it's Rory's first day at Chilton does not start well when Lorelai oversleeps and then discovers that all of her good clothes are at the cleaners. Lorelai throws on an inappropriate outfit that makes her look like a cowgirl. In the headmaster's office, they run into Emily, who has shown up for Rory's first day. Rory leaves the headmaster's office for class, and Lorelai and Emily exchange words about Emily's meddling. In English class, Rory meets mean girl Paris and Tristan, who gives her unwanted attention and christens her Mary, aka a goody-goody. At the Independence Inn, Suki, the chef, has problems with the local grocer, Jackson. I would say this is a better synopsis than the website, in that they actually address Rory's meeting her nemesis, because that was a big part of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it includes a lot of the characters that are introduced in this episode. So, a lot more informational. I'll say that one. Mm-hmm.
And then, so we'll go ahead and start talking about our opinion. And let's start off with that, just because you said that it is true that there were some characters that were introduced in this episode. We can kind of just go over that at the top. Dean was not in this episode.
Yeah, that was a real bummer. He was in the pilot. Very interested in what happens there. Dean seems like a really cool guy. Wanted to know more about him. His hair looked good last episode. And it's kind of a bummer he wasn't in this one.
And he wasn't even mentioned.
Yeah.
And Richard was also not in this episode. He still was in the credits. In this episode, though, we are introduced to Jackson, the grocer, the farmer. And we're also introduced to Babette and Maury. So more people in the town.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead, start from the top. It fades to, what's that? Black fades out. And you see the Gilmore Girls. Whoa. Painting toenails and eating whipped cream.
Wow.
Then we hear that Lane runs in and is like, XTC Volume 2. And then they just go inside. And I thought something that was pointed out that I saw that I had never noticed was before was when Rory's still sitting there at the bench, you can actually see the shadows of Lane and Lorelai dancing inside.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't notice that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The house looked different. Well, now we know that this is a little cinematic. Maybe we'll get to it later. But, yeah. And then kind of the main premise of the episode, Mom is still asleep at 7:10. I thought it was 5:45. Why didn't Rory wake her up? I don't know. That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah, why did she wait so long to go in and check on her mom?
And how come time moves so fast for her? It's 7-Eleven. It's 7. I'm sorry.
That was I think she started at 7:15, 7:17. I don't think they mentioned 7:11.
But she did go up like it's 7:17, it's 7:18. I'm like, how fast is this moving?
Yeah. No, that's true. But yeah, it was strange that she didn't check on her until later.
And then also what was strange was like I don't know, why does it matter that Lorelai comes too? Like that she came inside too? I don't know. I'm not a private school girl who paints my toenails red. Remember she says in the beginning? She says all private school girls paint their toenails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but why did it matter so much that she came in, and why was that the only clothes she had?
Yeah, that didn't really make any sense. Of course, it's just to add drama to the story in the show, but in real life, you'd probably just put on your old clothes that you had. Who cares if it's dirty? Just spray some perfume on. There's ways to get around it, and it's pretty comedic that she ended up going how she was.
Yeah, I mean, even like, why did she have to wear the cowboy boots?
Yeah.
Like, she probably had some other shoes. Like,
Yeah.
her shoes are not at the cleaners.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a time crunch it was. That's the only thing that I would consider making it the reason for why she had to dress like that. But even in a time crunch, just put some slides on. I don't know.
Or, I don't know, Rory are all of Rory's clothes dirty? I don't know. She could have.
Yeah, there were some things that she could have done, but yeah.
I get it's for the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and they're in the car. They're on their way. And then she sees Lane in front of her school, and she's like got that like sad look on her face, like, oh, now I don't go to Stars Hollow High, I go to Chilton. And then it says that Hartford is 14-mile sign. I saw that sign, and I was just like, Stars Hollow is not a real place. So I was like, well, I wondered where they filmed that. But that could be Cinematanic. But then we see that then they're all like, oh, it's so big.
Yeah, I was. Did they mention something about how like it's still the same as it was before?
Or is it bigger? Like maybe they visited it? I don't know.
Because Rory had mentioned that, and obviously she hasn't. I assume she hasn't been to Chilton before, but maybe they did like a tour or something.
Yeah, because they were like, they did say that. They're like, oh, those look bigger. I don't know. I also just thought that Rory, like, why would you want your mom to come down? And she kept saying, like, come on, you have to come in and meet the headmaster. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like I would be embarrassed if I'd be embarrassed if my mom was wearing that. Like, why would you, like, force her to get down?
Yeah, but she did have a nice coat on. So,
yeah.
I mean, it did seem passable just wearing that coat the whole time, but we'll get into it later. But obviously, she has to take it off. But if she just wore the coat the whole time, could have been fine.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
Maybe Rory felt like she had to bring Lorelai down just because maybe she still feels a type of way for having to go to Chilton and wants to embarrass her mother. I don't know. Maybe she's being vindictive. Yeah. Right? Because she still wanted to. She misses Dean, and so do I, because he wasn't in this episode. But she could be vindictive. She wanted her mother to be embarrassed. Who knows what was going on in the mind of Rory?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, I guess that's a different take. Instead of her being embarrassed by her mom, she might want to embarrass her mom. Okay, you're just flipping those verbs.
Yep.
And then they're looking for that. Then she gets hit on by Ian Jack, Julia's daughter. And like,
yeah, and I feel like this whole situation was just to remind everybody, if you didn't see the pilot.
Yes, I thought the same thing. Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
Your turn.
Okay, well, I was gonna say it's just reminding them that she's a young mom, has a daughter. Surprisingly, that's the age of a high schooler, and so just reminding us all that that's kind of what the story is.
Because even again, he was like, daughters are. They were like, one of them said like, daughters are great. Like, okay, oh, daughter. Like, daughter? Question mark. Yeah. Like, okay, we get it. She looks so good. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, oh, is your husband here? Oh, I'd love to meet your wife. Like, they're pretty obvious.
Yeah, pretty obvious. I guess we'll see how that develops.
But you could also see that the boundary between her and Rory, and that she wasn't like shy to like put the moves on this guy in front of Maury, in front of Rory. Maury's a different character introduced. In front of Rory, like she was like saying the same thing.
Yeah, it seems like she's pretty flirty in
general,
and is comfortable doing that around her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And then when they're then they meet the head host. Then they're going to meet the headmaster. And why was she so rude to the secretary? She's like, that's what happens when you sleep with your makeup on. And I was like, why are they roasting this lady? She just seems serious. She didn't even seem like anything looked wrong with her.
Uh-huh.
I just thought that was mean. I thought that's another instance of where the girls are kind of like, what's that called? Like, pick me girls? Or they're kind of like, why you gotta like be mean to other girls? Like, they're not girls.
Mm-hmm.
They're Gilmore girls.
But
They're not girls.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Did you catch that or no?
Yeah, that they were being mean to them for no real reason. Like,
and then they go in, and then she says like, oh, but then also she said this to they keep reminding, maybe this is, you're right. I was like, okay, we heard this, but maybe it's for people who didn't catch the pilot. Because it was like, oh, I was whacked up on Demerol and I named her Lorelai too. Like, so we figure out that they're both named Lorelai. Like, they kind of keep reminding us. They're both named Lorelai. She's a young mom. She had her at 16. Oh, how could she be a mom? More like, yeah. So I think that I didn't even think of it that way. I was just like, okay, we get it. But you're like, oh, if you didn't see the pilot, this was airing in real time. If you didn't catch the pilot last week, you could still like get into the series.
Yeah.
And then grandma was there. And I just thought it was weird that they kept making her like keep her coat on. You don't want to think it's rude. She could have said something like, oh, I get cold easily. I don't know.
Yeah, it was strange. But I assume back then it was probably more like a little rude, possibly, for not getting comfortable in an area.
Yeah. Maybe it depends like on the setting. I don't know. But I wouldn't think it's rude if someone wanted to keep their jacket on. But maybe we don't wear coats in our undisclosed location.
Yeah, so it was a little strange, but she ends up having to take it off.
Maybe another plot device in there. And then laundry day, and then I liked the favorite line I think of the series maybe. It's low maintenance. Oh yeah, she's totally low maintenance, like a Honda. Yeah, I thought that was a good line.
That is a pretty good line because Honda Civics or Hondas are pretty low maintenance.
Yeah.
Same thing for Toyota, I would say. Shout out.
She could have said that. You got the Corollas and the Civics. Why are they everywhere? Or they kind of are they everywhere?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good line. How did you feel about the mom being there?
Oh, you mean like Emily?
Yeah, Emily Gilmore.
I think I would be mad too if I was Lorelai. Like, come on, you don't even think I could take her to school on the first day?
Yeah.
But kind of just, I don't know. Why couldn't she give them? I don't know. Well, because she's vindictive. Like, why couldn't she give them a heads up? Like, oh, I'll meet you there. I know the headmaster.
Yeah.
I don't know. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I think the same. I think they could have communicated. Could have talked about it.
Could have used some verbs.
So, yeah, I think if they just communicated to each other, it'd be a little bit better. But they didn't. So.
And then she's also not like I feel like she wasn't protective of Lorelai, but I guess that's their relationship. Like when Lorelai takes off her coat and everyone's like, oh, and she goes laundry day, be like, oh, she could have made a joke. I don't know, like, oh, Lorelai, you gotta get your laundry done. Said something like that to make her feel more embarrassed, not look mortified and be embarrassed for her.
Yeah.
I don't know, something, but she wasn't helping the situation. But and then it kind of goes into how. Oh, and then also the meeting in general, going into the headmaster's office. They sat down she's like, have a seat, take off your coat. And they're sitting down for literally 2 seconds before they kick out the grandma and mom.
Yeah.
What was the whole point of it? She could have just shook hands at the door, not even sat down, and was like, okay, here's the daughter. Because the daughter, Rory, is the one who even talks to him for longer.
Yeah. It was strange. The whole situation was strange, but I guess it's just to show that you're involved in your child's life and education and care about them. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that was just a plot. Like, let's embarrass her as much as we can. Let's show the juxtaposition of like Stars Hollow Girl and Hartford headmasters. Then they talk. And she says she wants to be a journalism major, and she wants to be like Christiana Amanpour.
Yeah. Why was she while she was talking to the headmaster, she mentioned she was in the German club. Why was she in the German club?
don't know.
She said it was like her and 2 other people. It didn't seem like a lot of people were.
Yeah.
Is she German? Is Lorelai Gilmore German?
I don't think so. I don't think that's. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. But also, like, I thought maybe the first episode we see that she's learning French.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say like the French club. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's trying to sound smart. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Strange.
But yeah. And then he was also like, she talked about wanting to be he was like totally like, like not roasting her. You know, like he was just picking at her a little bit. Like, why weren't you more social from your, I'm like, you let her in. So I was like, I don't know why he was like kind of nitpicking her.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, just because I know your grandma and she was here and she had good cream puffs, whatever that means.
I didn't think about it that way.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna like treat you special. Doesn't mean there's nepotism.
I think it's just setting the tone. Like, you don't want it to make her seem like it's easy to be here. Mm-hmm. She still has to be a good student and involved even more. Mm-hmm. And I expect it from like that type of situation environment to set the tone, because I could see how someone is like, oh, my grandma knows you. She's got great cream puffs. You know what that means.
Yeah, she has
good
lobster
cream
puffs. And
yeah, a lobster? Those little fishy cream puff?
Well, it said that it was at the well, yeah, I think it was like, oh, yeah, it's just hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, she's got great. Anyways, it's good. It's good to make sure that they know that doesn't really help them. It does get them in, which in life is true. Mm-hmm. If you have connections or relationships with people,
follow me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, they can get you in the door, but you still have to do a good job to keep that relationship going. So.
That is true. It's a good lesson. Mm-hmm. But I also thought it was like kind of weird that at the end she said like she makes that quick remark like, oh, so you like the cream puffs, huh? Like try to like, I don't know. I feel like if they introduced her as like a shy, introverted girl like who respects authority, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a goody two shoes too. I wouldn't say that like something snarky, because that was kind of snarky. Like, oh, so you like kind of, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna try my best.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. I didn't take it as snarky.
No?
I took it as a nervous, shy person not knowing what to say and trying to make a joke. It's like, how about the cream puffs? Like, kind of scared almost. Of like,
okay, I could see that. I took it more like making, like she's trying to be a little Lorelai and make a little like, oh, I'm clever. Here's my like quick remark. And then, I don't know. I think if I was in her situation, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna try my best. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I won't let you down. Or yeah.
So I could see it that way too. But kind of going back to what she was talking about with him and saying how she wants to be like that writer and not necessarily be on TV, but travel the world and see a lot of things. Do you think she feels small in Stars Hollow? Like it's not good enough for her? Like she wants to escape and go places?
Oh, I could see that why. Yeah, I could see like people wanting, if she wants to travel and stuff, that seems like that. But at the same time, she doesn't seem like so far I haven't seen like, I mean, I know too, but like I haven't seen like her hate Stars Hollow. Because, you know, a lot of time when people are from small towns or on shows too, they're always like, oh, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem like she's saying that. More that she's like,
just something she wants to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I don't know, again, with like her mom didn't get to do that. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe, but also, I think I want to look at it in that perspective, seeing forward, even though like as this rewatch to see if we get any hints of her wanting to get out. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like people who don't like their small town or don't like where they're from usually say it pretty upfront. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's nothing to do here. Complaining. Yeah. But maybe she's just a sweet kid. She's grateful. So she doesn't complain like that. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of goes out to, then we see like this like espionage with Paris and Madeline and Louise outside the window and passing the file. And then they're like, she's a journalism major? And I was like, I thought that was interesting. Like, oh, this is not college, but I guess they have majors. I don't know if this will be brought up again. I don't remember in that sense. But yeah.
That is pretty interesting. Yeah. I think it is cool also seeing this type of like school environment, just because you get the typical mean girl, but it's like she's a genius.
Yeah, she's the evil
She's an
genius.
evil genius. So I think that's a funny flip on like being typically how they're usually just like superficial people who are going after the jock mean girl, but in this situation, like everybody's they have those types. I would assume like Paris' friends seem more like that type of typical mean girl, but Paris is like a elevated evil genius.
Yeah,
mean girl.
yeah. No, that's true too. That they like at first you don't see that that's gonna come for it. Like it isn't. And she's got the look of what a typical mean girl would be too at first glance. Like when I remember first watching this in general and didn't think it would go that way, that her being so like competitive. Like she's got the long blonde hair. You might be like, I'm gonna be prom queen or whatever, but it wasn't like that, which is kind of good. You know, stay in school, read.
Yeah, stay in school, read.
Yeah, and then from there it kind of goes on to and then she's introduced to like all the stuff. Oh, like how rigorous this is. You gotta like recite the school song in Latin and Greek and whatever. And then I thought this was, they had something that was like guidance counselors. This guidance counselors for everything except bulimia and, and pregnancy. For that, you got to go to Coach Rubens.
Yeah, that's intense. That's like, why would they say that?
Yeah. And this was just something when I was watching Friends yesterday, they also said Coach Rubens. I was like, is this a
coach name?
Is this a coach? I don't know. That was just, I don't even remember what it was, but I did hear, I was like, oh, that's Coach Rubens again. I guess he's helping adolescents everywhere. But yeah, I thought that was kind of also just showing how we take school seriously. All that, that stuff isn't guidance counselor material. That stuff is like shoved to the side. But yeah, also, maybe don't make bulimic jokes because that's also a product of the time, I guess. Like, will that fly? We'll go back to that.
Yeah.
Then she's like, then we see Lorelai. She's back in town. She's at Luke's getting her coffee in an IV. And then Luke's even like, is that how you dress? Everyone's coming for her with that.
Yeah, and they're really pushing him being like a health nut. Like every time they get coffee, it's like, you want that? I'm going to give you tea. And he's pretty dry, sarcastic kind of person.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is still good or interesting to see that he cares about why Lorelai is upset and kind of asks him about it. And
he doesn't dismiss her. He hears her out.
And they had that whole interaction too. While was that now when she was mentioning that someone talked to her at school, or is that later?
I don't know if that was now or later.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember, but either way, I think that might be later.
Oh, okay. We'll come back to that.
She does mention that to him. And then we see like even everyone's coming for Lorelai. Like she passes by Miss Patty and Miss Patty's like, you dress like that to drop her off? But I did think it was funny. Like they even had like a little side scene where, Patty again is smoking in front of children and the kids are inside and she's like, she says like, you're a perfect little tush, telling the girls not to keep your leotards on. This is not Brazil. Like just why put it there? I don't know. It was funny though.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. It's like, this is not Brazil. And then it kind of goes, then they go, Grandma Gilmore calls and is like, oh, I want to buy her all these clothes. And then she's like, I could again showing like, you can't take care of your, like Lorelai's taking it, like you can't take care of your kid. And she's like, but she has 2 skirts already. She's like, but there's 5 days in a week. And it was like kind of, I also like that like Lorelai's like snippy with her and gives her like we have a washing machine. My turn's on Tuesday kind of like response, or like, oh, my days of the underwear, my days of the underwear week. My underwear with the days of the week only go till Thursday. Like just funny things. Like she's just like, she knows her mom's not gonna hear her out, so it's like might as well like throw some comedy. And then I think we're finally introduced after that point to and then you can also, sorry, before we get to that, I kind of liked that they show again the class differences, because she's like, oh, if you're gonna get her a coat, get her a 8 just in case she grows. Like don't get her a 6 because if she grows she'll need to get her 8 so she doesn't have to get another one. And she's like, well, when she grows I'll get her another one.
Yeah, I was like, baller. I mean, that was pretty baller of Emily to say. It's like, okay, yeah, that is true. I mean, a 6 would fit her probably nice right now, and a 8 would later. So, But yeah, like you said, it is a class differences and like kind of thinking of how to save your money and when to spend it when you need to and all that stuff. So definitely different worlds that they've kind of are in now.
Yeah, and then Laura, you could see that Lorelai has like grown from it. Like she doesn't still have those ways that her mom, like in those 16 years without her mom, with Rory, or 15, 16 years. She's like, she's not stuck in like, oh yeah, like she's changed so much since she moved from her parents. Then we finally meet Tristan, which is
Bad boy trust fund kid.
Chad Michael Murray. What's it called? Another or no, not another, just the regular Cinderella story. With yeah, that's all. I think that's what I've seen him in. Have you seen him in anything else?
I don't know, but his name is very actor.
Yeah.
Thing. So
is his look.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sees her, makes fun of her.
Hey, Mary. How's it going, Mary?
Yeah, that's a good impression. Okay.
Hey, Mary.
Okay. And then Paris, I think then we kind of go back to Paris, and she's like, are you going out for the Franklin, which is their school newspaper? I don't like how she was like, oh, nice innocent act. I was like, Rory, I really didn't seem like she knew what it was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Paris is threatened, new girl, good grades, doesn't really know who she is. She's got to go on attack mode. I get it.
Yeah, okay.
It is funny, though, because Paris is a little shorter than Rory. I like that dynamic.
She's like, I wrote that same thing down. Paris is short.
Yeah, she's short.
Or maybe, is she short or is Rory tall?
That too.
Oh, the last episode, didn't he say like, oh, Rory, you're tall?
Oh,
yeah, the grandpa. He's like, we're going to get her studied. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Is Paris, we got to look up their heights.
Yeah.
Is Paris short or is Rory tall? Oh, and then later on, finally, Lorelai has some real clothes on. And then she's like going into the kitchen, like, don't I look good, right? And I just feel like that shows a lot that like Suki is totally just supporting character. She doesn't like, she's like, I don't know. She is just written, at least in my opinion, to be Lorelai's best friend in this episode. Because she walks in and Lorelai has her fit on and she's like, don't I look great? That's the first thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's still, it all goes back to still being the second episode and just really setting the tone of like, this is Suki. She's going to support Lorelai no matter what. And they're besties.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a random cook in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true too. And you could see that Lorelai's comfortable around her. Or she's just super confident. She'll say that to anyone. Like when she thinks she looks good, she knows she looks good. Then we're finally introduced to Jackson, because it's like the peaches are wrong, and so Jackson's there, and she's like, they don't roll right. They got too much water.
Yeah, I hope one day I get to that level of acknowledging or like knowing about fruits and knowing which ones to get, because I'll just be at the grocery store like slapping a strawberry. Hoping for a sound, I guess. I don't even know if because there's...
You don't even do that with strawberries because they're already packaged. Yeah. You can't open it. I guess like a tomato.
Yeah. But that's cool. She knows all that stuff. And yeah, it's cool meeting the local grocery guy.
And his name is Jackson, the actor's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like Miley Cyrus in Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Her name was Miley Stewart.
I wonder if sometimes it's just like if their name sounds fine enough, they're like, keep it. But if they're going to be I think it makes sense when they're like the star. Like just keep their regular name. But yeah. Then we move forward to then Rory, then I guess Emily calls and says she bought Rory a parking space for the non-existent car. She just keeps calling her all day long with more stuff. And then I did want to say this since we just mentioned Jackson. The actress who plays Drella, I forget her name. Okay, put her name here. She's on Matt TV, or she was on Matt TV. She's actually married to Jackson in real life, and I think they're divorced now. But they were married at the time of this.
Okay. Well, I hope they had a happy marriage and the divorce was okay
amicable
for both of them. Yeah, amicable. Yeah.
I liked the Panasonic thing though. When she was like the Drella, the harp player, that she's like, lower the volume. And she's like, do I have Panasonic on my bottom?
Yeah.
I thought that was
funny.
And then we kind of go forward. And then again, my name is Rory. And she's awkward with Tristan when he's like trying to, because he's totally just messing with her.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I'll loan you my notes.
You got my notes, Mary?
Okay, it can't both be him.
You're Mary.
Okay. So she's like, oh yeah, well the notes will be especially helpful.
No problem, Mary.
I don't know why she didn't. Yeah, I guess she's trying to like navigate, but he was totally just messing with her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, well I think studying is a solitary activity."
All right, Mary.
Okay, that was our impression, and then again, Laura just setting the tone that Lorelai looks. I do like Lorelai, but I'm just saying that setting the tone, Lorelai looks good because even the ballet guy was like, "Real nice outfit, ma'am."
His name's Derek.
Yeah.
We were introduced to Derek this episode.
Yeah, he's going to be in major plot. You could totally tell, right?
I mean, they got to park cars at the place, so
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. Then of course, who could I do like the show. I'm just making criticism because it's a little fun, okay? But I just think then that guy, this dad, comes in and is like, you told me where you work, so I thought I'd have lunch here because I need to ask you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is why. Because that's why they didn't talk about it with Luke yet, because this is now with the official asking out. Before they were just like talking. Then he asked her out and she's like, can't because you're a dad. At Chilton, not because you're a dad. She's a mom. She couldn't be rejecting people because they're dads.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why she is so not into that right now.
Mm-hmm. Right, where she draws the line.
Yeah, like where she draws the line on who she won't date. I don't even know if that's the type of person she would want. Mm-hmm. It just seems like she likes to flirt at this point. Don't really know what she's looking for.
It's just like an ego boost. You don't get flattered.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, and then we kind of move forward and this scene kind of makes me like secondhand, like, I don't, when she crashes into Paris and the project breaks, I was like, and then I feel like Paris's response was like, leave me, was pretty accurate of what, like, when you're like, yeah, in the breaking moment when she, like, I don't know why she didn't want to explain it to the teacher, but
yeah, in the breaking moment, it's pretty like understandable for why Paris reacted that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when she got later into class, I don't know why she didn't just say,
because it's the truth.
Yeah, she bumped into it and ruined my project.
They're not like homies, so like, and Rory was the one who admitted to it. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was pretty like big of her to take fault in front of the whole class and not, even though she's like introverted, she didn't, and it's embarrassing to stand up and talk in front of the whole class. Like she still did it and was like, it's my fault. And that you could show that she's a nice person. That like,
yeah, she's a good person.
That
she just wants to do what's right and even help Paris, but Paris didn't want the help.
Yeah. It was just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of awkward when they were fighting in front of the class. So they were like, she's like, I'm like, I don't want any of your help. Well, I don't mind doing it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's awkward, but does seem like a little sisterly too, of being so direct with each other and confrontational. Mm-hmm. So
maybe it'll blossom.
Yeah.
And then, then kind of move forward. And I just want to say, I saw this on the sign. The population was just under 10,000. It was like 9,000 something. Small town.
Small town.
And then, then everyone's then Patty again, the full circle. You should have dressed that way in the morning when she sees Lorelai. And then this is when Harry Potter was big because she was like, walk like there's Harry Potter book on your head.
When?
When she's like talking to like students.
No, like when Harry Potter was big?
Or I guess it's still big.
Harry Potter is big.
Still big, but like I was saying that it was even
bigger.
Bigger. Or more relevant.
Hot take.
And then she tells Luke about the dad asking out.
That was I like that interaction, like watching Luke and Lorelai interact about Lorelai telling him this guy's hitting on me, and Luke kind of just see him tense up a little bit, start looking up differently.
It got him mad. He was like, he's probably old. Like if he's a dad, he's old. You had her young. I liked that. I liked that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty.
So,
yeah, you could. There's something
there.
There's something
there.
And then he like again, like you said, he's a health nut. He's all keep your money. I gave you decaf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that was funny. Yeah.
and then we're introduced to Maury and Babette as Lorelai is getting DSL installed, and Maury and Babette are another people, her neighbors. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we saw people there, and they're real ones. They helped her out.
Yeah, friendly neighbors."
Then we see the DSI guy, Mick.
DSL.
DSL, yeah, DSL, DSI. DSI. Yeah, Mick is there, and you've seen it, but you'll see maybe. I mean, I know you haven't seen it like in order, depthly,
yeah.
but this actor Sean Gunn does return
in Guardians of the Galaxy.
At the end. Sean Gunn will return, or does it? Oh no, it would say Mick will return. Yeah, he returns, and they're looking to try to get in, and again, just Emily kind of going into their lives or trying to get. And I mean, I think she has good intentions. Like she wants to get them like fast internet.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with this. It's like it's really is necessary, I think, in that time of day too, to have high speed internet. It is convenient to have maybe one more skirt and like a nice coat for school, especially. I know it's complicated, right? Because Emily has been in that world and knows how you need to present yourself in that world.
That's true too.
To succeed in that world. And Lorelai, she's successful, but she succeeded in a different world. And they're trying to set Rory up to succeed in Emily's world. And to succeed in that world, you do have to present yourself with...
Or I guess you could say they want Rory to succeed in any world. I mean, Lorelai wants her to succeed the way she did.
Yeah.
And Rory wants her, and Emily wants her to succeed in her world. But like... But Rory hasn't made that choice, so she needs
to figure that out on her own, what she wants. But you kind of see them both trying to just help Rory. So it's like you kind of see both sides, but obviously it's her daughter at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so she needs to decide what's best for her.
Maybe she doesn't want her to grow up spoiled, like taking things for granted. But at the same time, it's like if you're like to help your daughter in a really difficult school. And have to not maybe like a little like the little blisses that you don't have to do laundry midweek because you have another skirt.
Yeah.
And it's like I guess they got to meet in the middle.
Yeah, definitely meet in the middle and figure that out so they could help Rory.
Yeah, she could even say like, oh well, we have 2 for now. If it ends up being difficult, maybe you can get us another one. But I know she also doesn't like want anything from her.
Yeah.
And you could see kind of like I don't know, like I don't know if you haven't really seen The Office. No, you haven't. No. But like they just hate this one character, Toby. And so I feel like it's similar to that. Like sometimes, which is not good, you shouldn't hate people. But sometimes when you hate people, you shouldn't hate people. But I think sometimes when you hate people, it's just like everything they do is so annoying. So it's like in The Office, like everything he does like is so annoying. Like they even say the joke like, oh, if Osama bin Laden, Hitler, and Toby were in the room and I had 2 bullets, I'd shoot Toby twice. Like like just so much stuff like that. Maybe it's like Lorelai does not like her mom. So even if her mom is offering to like anything she offers, she's just annoyed by it and hates it. So it's kind of like that. Disdain for a person could just even like if she's doing things to help her daughter, she's just still like hates it. She just they can't separate the action from the person. Yeah
It's crazy how I want to know more about their relationship because I mean we don't know how they really grew up yet and what the past 16 years have been like since she's had Rory. Because all we know so far is that they used to see each other during the holidays. And I don't know what that was like. I wish hopefully they show something about that.
Because also is it like holidays and like that they have like a Christmas party and it's just like a lot of people, so it's like they don't really have to talk, or is it like more an intimate holiday? Because then that would be like then Rory would be more familiar with their fighting. So yeah, I don't know. And then from there we see that Oh, she goes and confronts her to Emily at the salon. And I like how she goes on her whole tangent about like, we like slow internet and, we do a little dance, we do whatever. She goes on her whole tangent, but I think it's funny because at the end, she's like, but do they validate parking? Like, because she doesn't want to pay for it. So it's kind of funny. It was funny that she draws the line. So she did take that from her mom because usually, they only validate parking if you like bought something.
Yeah. I think it's cool that, I mean, again, like I don't know exactly what happened between them and what their relationship is now, but Emily still has those like motherly tendencies for her because she still helped her and was like, yeah, if you go to the front desk, you can get it validated.
Yeah,
And
not like she didn't say like, oh,
get out of here! Why are you at the salon? Blah blah blah. She kind of swallowed her anger and pride or whatever she had and was like, yeah, I know I shouldn't say it nicely,
but
she
yeah,
like sternly still, but. Yeah, they'll validate that.
She could have said like, "Oh, like, well, if you get your hair done and you make a purchase, they'll validate." But it was kind of funny though. I thought it was also funny that like where her pride, Lorelai's pride, like where it, like she's so prideful, but for that, no, she didn't want to pay for parking. Who would?
Who does? I hate paying for parking. I'd rather just stay home all day if I could, and not pay for parking. Even if you want to go on a hike, you gotta pay for parking.
So that's why I don't go out. What?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. And then we kind of see from there, you're stubborn. Yeah, the speech and that. Then they kind of, the Lorelais, because, it's the Lorelai's first day at Chilton. The Lorelais explain their day to each other when she picks her up. And again, you could think this is kind of sweet, or you could take it either way. I was just trying to take it from like, I think I would hug my mom when she picked me up, yes. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if like on TV or just in general, teenagers, they're shy. Like, but when Rory saw her mom in the car, get out the car, she ran and like, this day was like, oh. So that could be sweet, but also in a way you could see that like, I don't know. I just feel like I have to take it more like, oh, like I'm a new kid. I gotta be like, hi mom, and not get. But maybe she doesn't care.
Were there a lot of people when she went to go?
I don't know, but I some, but I don't know because like, I guess maybe I'm easily embarrassed.
Yeah.
But like, and like, I think you shouldn't be embarrassed from hugging your family and things like that. But I was just trying to take it from her point of view. Like, she was already made fun of all day long. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe she was just so down.
Yeah, she needed it. It was sweet.
Yeah.
But just like in the morning, she wanted her to come down with her. She wanted to, when she picked her up, she was happy. And then they catch each other up on the day. And then Lane is with them at the end eating, pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, the solution of like this terribleness. They're like, oh, maybe when I go to Hartford on Tuesdays and Thursdays for my class, I'll bring Lane. And I'll be all happy. Yeah.
They're really showing a little aspect of Lane too, how she has to kind of change her clothes to go back home. She can't be eating pizza, so she sneaks like a little bit while she's out with them. And so she has very what's it called, like a strict parent.
Yeah.
So,
but that's how it ended.
Yeah.
And they basically just caught each other up and like, oh, sucks to suck. Yeah.
Sucks to suck. It is what it is.
And then, so whose relationship this episode do you think needed verbs?
All right. So, obviously, there's the whole Emily Gilmore and Lorelai Gilmore,
which is always.
Yeah. But this episode, I feel like they really needed to communicate a lot better.
Yeah.
They called each other, but they didn't really
talk. That's why there were so many calls.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you have anybody else.
Jackson and Suki, they need verbs. She should specify what kind of peaches she wants before he brings them in. But no, I think Paris and Rory needed verbs, but more so on Paris's side. Like, she could have, she could talk more and say, like, instead of just going at full attack mode.
Yeah, that's true. They could have used some verbs there for sure.
She's a smart girl. I feel like you'd want to get her on your side and then maybe that's meaner. You get her on your side and then kick her to the curb. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and then now time for the cinematanic section.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, can we go back to relationships?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
So, this isn't really a relationship needs verbs, but in this episode, was there also did Lorelai and Rory talk about like dating Luke?
Because they did.
Yeah.
I missed that part. They did talk about that.
Yeah, because I remember Rory mentioning how it would be embarrassing, or like they could, if they broke up, they couldn't eat at Luke's anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess that like
they're giving us little
things here and there. So I guess something to look out for. Would if you dated a person who worked at someone that like was your go-to restaurant, would you never go there again if you broke up with them?
Well, I'm married to you.
Good answer.
But
I think so, especially if it's a small town.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. I guess you probably would just get over it. Mm-hmm. Or like, I guess, yeah, assert dominance. Don't even address it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess. But also, there's like the saying, "Don't like poop where you eat." Mm-hmm. So
that's true.
That too.
Yeah.
It's because they mentioned other places. She was like Al's Pancake World, and they're like, "Oh, well, Al smells."
Yeah.
I gotta roast him. Why did
I know.
He's catching strays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you want to do the Cinematanic?
Yeah. Now it's time for the Cinematanic section of the pod. So, what do you think was Cinematanic about this episode?
I'm gonna go back. Oh, let me see. I want to go back to the Cinematanic was. Well, I thought like the Hartford 14 mile. I don't know. That was the Cinematanic, and like I was thinking of where more like
geographic.
Yeah, where did they shoot that? Because where is 14 miles from Hartford, where that sign was?
You think they made the sign?
Oh,
set design.
That's Cinematanic.
Yeah, because I think this was filmed in California.
Yeah, in Burbank.
Yeah, I think it was Cinematanic in the beginning when they show Rory leaving Stars Hollow and they pass by Stars Hollow High. You really get a sense of like a fun, like laid back high school. Like people are wearing colorful outfits outside, like passing a football, just kind of hanging. And then it's all switched to Chilton High, and they're talking about it, and it's like gargoyles, old college, high school type vibe, and I think they kind of set that up well too, showing the halls and everything. They really built out
like the colorful versus, kind of like when they see like have you seen that picture of the colorful house next to the black house? Like,
oh no,
oh,
we'll throw it up here.
Yeah, but they show like that it's very different. I also saw that Lane was at the high school, like in the beginning, like she sees like they don't wave to each other, but Lane's like standing in front, also looking a little sad because like her bestie's not there. But also I was like, it's kind of shot from far, so you don't see her so close. I was like, they could have used it. Like, did what's her name, Kiko, Jenna? I have to say her. Well, did the actress have to come to set to? I don't know. I guess they filmed like I don't know if they filmed all her parts at once or whatever, but she had to go for 2 seconds and stand there, or did they use like someone else, like a stand-in? But yeah, she's only there for like 2 seconds.
That's funny. That's good world building though.
Yeah,
like
Cinematanic.
Do you have anything else for Cinematanic?
I thought I did. I want to see because we might have.
I'll throw one in again.
Okay, go.
I also enjoyed the end of the show because they show Stars Hollow and it's nighttime. They have all these lights up. Luke's is like lit up. Just the street lights are lit up. It seems very homey and comforting, and it just looks very pretty. I think they set up that small town warm feeling just walking through the town. And
this is also different. These are their sets now because before the pilot was shot on location. So now we're seeing, because I thought I don't know if all of the pilot was on location. I don't know, but like there was some, now these are their sets. So you could see like the house, even to me, and the house changes too, the sets throughout the season. Like maybe once they get more grounded or making it cheaper, or I don't know why sets change. But yeah, I saw that. You're right though. They're good storytelling, like you said, or story showing, because they're not really telling. Yeah. They're showing how the school or how the town is. We already mentioned the population sign. No, I think that's all for my Cinematanic.
All right, Cinematanic section over. Now we're on to the fashion fit check.
So which outfit needs to get out and which outfit do you need to take out? Okay. So, beginning of the show. I thought they were regular fits.
Regular fits.
T-shirt and pants.
I think the first thing I guess we could talk about is Rory's school outfit, because that's what she walks in to Lorelai's room dressed in already.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
It does pretty private school girl.
Yeah, pretty private school girl. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not like crazy plaid everywhere.
Yeah, but you could also see that they allow for a little variation, because there was other, like, you might use the jacket one day, the blazer a different day. Even some of them had like a sweater vest on.
Yeah.
So you just have to wear.
And it looked like you could still accessorize. I saw she had a bright blue watch on.
Yeah.
Like a G-Shock and a bright yellow backpack. So it's strict, but it's not that strict. I have family in India, and they go to private school, and they can't have anything like that. They can't even have
nail polish
or a Band-Aid on. And it's like, why do you have a Band-Aid on? It's pretty intense over there. So there's flexibility here with her outfit.
You're right. And then I also, her like, she got this new backpack for school too, because before she had the leather backpack that was cute, and now she's like got like her work, like, it's kind of nerdy.
It is kind of nerdy. It looks like a whole lot of books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was ready.
Yeah. We also see Lorelai's pajamas. What did you see? What they were on them? Were they like little monkeys?
Yeah, something like that. Like,
wasn't that a thing from back then? Like those little monkey designs.
Oh yeah, I forget. Like they're even like reselling them now. Like,
yeah.
I forget what it's called. Like the little.
We'll throw it up.
Yeah.
But that was.
I didn't notice that too much, but it's because it was so quick.
Yeah. Yeah. It just seemed like young, trendy, cool mom type thing.
But also like, yeah, I guess she's also wearing like pajamas, like matching bottom and top, not like just sweats and like threw it together. Then we see Luke's same outfit. I mean, he's wearing it's a brown flannel instead of a blue flannel. The hat is backwards. Suki's got her little pigtails, her pink chef outfit. She's got a pink bandana.
Yeah, she's always cool dressed, you could say, or like put together as a chef.
Yeah. Jackson, he had the little like.
Yeah, Jackson looked pretty cool. I would
like
say
a hipster.
Like a hipster. Like it would work in today. Like you said, he had the beanie. He had like a Planet Watch shirt, I think.
Yeah, it was like a hippie looking shirt.
Yeah. And I guess we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Lorelai's cowboy outfit.
Yeah.
If it wasn't in the setting that she was going to, it would work at like they said, like a rodeo or something.
Or a summer outfit, maybe minus the boots.
Yeah. Smart idea to cover it with the coat. She should have held her ground.
The coat was nice, yeah.
Yeah. But definitely not a good outfit.
Yeah. It was like, that's really the only thing you could find.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. But seeing Emily for the first time in the office, they really fixed her up.
Yes.
Second episode, way better.
Her hair is way better.
Makeup, way better.
She's got like Hillary Clinton vibes, like the pantsuit or the suit matching the blue stripe.
That was a really nice outfit.
Yeah. And, she looks posh. She looks like she got money. And she does have money.
She does.
That is probably not like a, what's that called? That's probably not fast fashion. That's not.
That is not.
That's not a Shein. That's not a, what is it? Fashion Nova. That's like I don't know, like a
the quality, like it'll last. A while,
yeah.
And it looked very nice.
Very
We also have. I liked Miss Patty's outfit.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see that one.
She had a nice shawl, some orange colors, very like a lot of accessories, bangles. Like always seems like a lot going on, and it was color coordinated. So I feel like Miss Patty always kind of has a cool vibe going on. She's got a cigarette in her hand. That don't smoke, kids. That's not cool. But it just adds to the ambiance of who she is.
Again, her and then it's Lorelai's outfit, her corrected outfit that she was going to wear. Her gray pantsuit, pretty similar to the first episode, I would say.
Yeah, is that like was it a type of pencil skirt type thing?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like business attire. Got heels on.
Derek liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite character, Derek.
He had a cool outfit. He had like a windbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Khakis on. Seems like he'd be a cool worker to hang out with.
And then they said like the place they'll buff it out for nothing.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Muffy's. because we have that bump in the front. Car.
Yeah,
we just use our hip to push it in all the time. Maybe Muffy's could help us out.
Yeah.
And then
any other outfits you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, Lane. I liked how, like you said about Lane having to change. She had like that bright pink, pullover,
Foxy jacket.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's a Foxy. I don't know if that's a brand, probably.
But then she had the scrunchie that matched.
Uh-huh.
And then when she had to go home, she like took it down and took it off and like handed it to Rory.
Yeah, and I feel like they often say when you make a fit, it's good to have, if you're gonna wear layers, make it so that if you have to take it off, it's still a fit. And when she took off her jacket, it was still a fit. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it was thought out, and
her double dressing is thought out, like her.
Mm-hmm. Like how to dress it up and dress it down.
Yeah, so. Because she's not doing something like complicated. We're having like, I guess because I feel like even when I was in school, like people, they were hiding something from they'd have the shirt that's like short underneath, and then they'd have to. How was she gonna take off the short shirt and had a drawer? Like this was like practical.
Yeah. I do have another one for you. I got Babette and her man. They dress like Matrix characters.
Yeah.
Like black, got these like tiny shades on. Look a little like conspicuous. Don't really know what they're up to. Like a little Halloween-y, you could say. It was interesting how they dressed that day. Like for a small town, they're very unique.
And he's got the shades on. Like, like that's his thing, I guess. Yeah. I saw that. Oh, this is where I messed up. On my notes, I guess we could just throw this in here now because do you have any more fashion or no?
Well, I guess if we're gonna we gotta talk about the ones that we're gonna.
Oh, Get Out. Oh, which is our favorite to fit in and to need to get. Do you need to get out and where you need to take out?
In, out. Yep.
In and out.
So, which one are we taking out? I mean, which one are we gotta get rid of? The one that we don't like, because I'm a little confused now.
Yeah, the one we want to get that needs to get out. You go first.
I think it's pretty obvious. It's just Lorelai's cowboy outfit.
Yeah,
just get it out. Even though, it's like the bright tie dye. It was not working for me.
I guess the shorts itself. I don't know if you noticed it. It had like a slit in the side. I don't know. I was just like, just be shorts, be capris, be pants, be one. Like have it. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't judge someone for wearing that, but I don't think I'd wear it. So I would want it to get out. And which outfit would you like to take out?
Which one would you like to take out? I went first last time.
Okay.
We like equality over here.
I guess I would take out Jackson's. I like the little beanie and the little shirt. They look cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think he looked pretty cool. He could walk around right now and it'd be, let's snap. Nice outfit.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think for me it's pretty close between Babette and Lane.
Yeah, the Lane was my second choice too.
Yeah, I think just to start building out a trend, I picked Lane last time, so I want to pick Lane again.
You did get the scrunchie too for.
Yeah, I want to see if I keep picking Lane. Like I never in my time like peeking in watching the show, I never thought about Lane having cool fits.
Now you do.
But now I do, and I want to.
I can't even remember what Babette was wearing, so I think Lane. Oh, I mean, I can't choose for you. You know, choose.
I mean, we'll throw it up, and you could kind of check it out again. But she was well put together. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Lane.
Okay, so Lane and Jackson are the winners. Neither are Gilmore girls.
They gotta step it up. Emily did, but.
But I guess it's like
that's just more like money. I want to see something else.
Yeah, you want to see what no money can do.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something I missed because this is all out of order. I guess I put something in the wrong place. But I did think it was funny, just throw it out there, that Lorelai told her one way you can get rid of Paris is how she got rid of her high school mean girl was she said, just get pregnant. Thought that was funny.
So is she saying that she didn't have any high school friends after she got pregnant, or was the mean girl nice to her because she was pregnant?
No, I think she just said she avoided her because she was pregnant and left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a high school mean girl?
I don't know particularly.
Or did you have a girl that was mean to you in high school?
I can't think of like as antagonistic as like as Paris like throughout high school, but maybe like here and there, or maybe sometimes I take things a little too personally. Yeah, I can't think of one. I guess I could think of many people. I can't think of one person. I was thinking about middle school and high school. in middle school, there was this girl who I had a little tussle with. she said like, oh, that dress looks cute on you. It makes you, or that dress would be cute on you if you weren't so short. That stays with me. I can't even say her name because her name is like so
recognizable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think other than that, and that was like when I was in 6th grade. But like other than that, I mean, I could think of people saying mean things to me or me disliking them. But I can't think of someone who was like a personal vendetta against me.
Yeah.
It could just be either we were like people were developing and stupid, and sometimes like put their foot in their mouth, and sometimes I take things a little too personally. Yeah. What about you? Did you have a mean girl or a mean boy?
I didn't have a mean girl, but there was a mean boy, and I think his vendetta against me was
he a vendetta against you personally?
I mean,
you or just
I think just me, because he would spread rumors about me.
Oh.
And I think it was because the person he liked had a crush on me.
Oh.
So.
But I didn't go to your school. But yeah, really. But it was just you personally. Was it throughout all 4 years, or just like?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think after my 3rd year didn't really like
affect you, or like didn't really wasn't
kinda,
as loud.
Yeah, I was like, but for the first 2, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't really care about it though.
But like,
it didn't impact me.
It didn't. So you like kind of just because she doesn't seem. Well, I guess she's at school. She didn't. Well, actually, no. She did seem to care, Rory.
Yeah.
So you didn't seem to care, so it didn't affect you too much.
Yeah, when I was a new kid in high school, I had it pretty good. Not like Rory.
Because you went to a high school that wasn't fed from the middle school that you went to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was a new kid then, and I didn't have the same
experience as her. Okay.
Yeah.
Now our next section is called "Would This Fly in 2024?" And my
I got one.
Okay, go.
All right, and it's right in the beginning of the show.
Okay.
It is the feet. They're doing Rory's feet, toenails right in the beginning. And I mean, we just watched a documentary called Quiet on Set, talking about a lot of things that happened behind the scenes on Nickelodeon and Disney and
Snyder.
And you know, those terrible people and whatnot. And showing like kids' feet on television was a big thing. And so when I saw that, I thought about that immediately.
But then where's your brain at?
Yeah, where's my brain at? I was just thinking like, oh, wow.
Well, just to play it safe, they probably wouldn't put feet.
Yeah, I don't think they would necessarily do that again. I mean, it was a pretty quick scene. Didn't really see anything.
But yeah.
I was like, maybe I think it's like a scene that they would consider now. Before, I think it would be more
like,
so, whatever. It's just her mom painting her nails. But I think now it's something that might cross people's minds.
Just because of the things that have arose. I don't think maybe, because it's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing's wrong with it. It's just the way that it's perceived now. And she is a young actor back then. So.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I thought something that wouldn't fly would be what's it called? The bulimia thing. And she's like, see Coach Rubin for bulimia.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly.
That's not really nice.
It's not nice, but I guess it
maybe
could fly on like a certain TV channel.
Yeah.
But what did this air on? Warner Brothers?
Warner
CW?
Brothers. Well, now it's CW, but it was before it was Warner Brothers.
It might, because I'm just comparing like, would this fly on Riverdale? Because that's a CW show, and possibly.
Well, I guess it could be in jest. I mean, it was funny. I mean, I'm just saying that I think it was funny, but I think some people could have their feelings hurt by that because it's just like it's a disorder. But yeah, I mean, it was funny though. I was like, that Coach Rubin, he's an advocate for young girls. He helps them out.
Yeah.
With pregnancy and there, a lot of pregnancy and bulimia.
Yeah.
Both stomach issues. Oh yeah, sorry. Would that fly? Does that fly?
I think something that wouldn't fly, and not because it's bad, it just doesn't really happen anymore, is when Elaine was excited about listening to the new CD, running down and carrying the CD. It'd probably just be about more so like
new Music Friday.
Yeah, a Spotify or new Apple Music drop and stuff, and I think that is kind of sad. It is kind of cool having that experience of this new thing dropped I got from the store. Let's go listen to it together and so that wouldn't fly, but
it's just because it's not
changed.
Yeah. But it would be cool if they were, or I mean, they could probably recreate it in that like. Yeah. like when like Beyonce's new album, like oh Beyonce, like let's go. But
Yeah.
but it's just this scene would be a little less like climactic because you'd be like, oh yeah, I listened to it. Not like you can, because like before, you know, like it'd be that your friend had, one of you had to go buy it and then you listen to it. Not like, oh yeah, I know, I have it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everyone already instantly has it. Probably this is not something that this might fly on TV, but this is not. I don't think this is nice to like that it shouldn't fly now. Is like to neg on peak girls. Like we shouldn't teach girls.
Is that right, Mary?
We shouldn't teach girls that when a boy is mean to you, it's because they like you.
Why do you think that is, Mary?
Because it's messed up, because men and boys should just treat women and girls nicely, or treat them the way you want to be treated. The golden rule.
I think when you're older, yes. I think when you're in like 5th grade to
Where does
10th
it cut off?
grade, I would say it's hard to kind of express yourself.
So you have to be mean to show.
So you have to express it in some way.
I think you were mean to me to show me you liked me. Remember when you're like, let's fight? But you were already old. I don't know why you're like, yeah, let's fight. We got to fight each other.
Those were my moves, Mary.
Okay, but I think in general, I mean, I guess you could see the line. He's not doing it with good intentions. He doesn't like her personality, as you could see from, well, like I'm saying from this episode alone, it doesn't seem like he wants to get to know her. It seems like he wants, or that he wants to get to know her. But yeah, like I think, but I just think that shouldn't fly. That especially, I don't know, that like that, because then I think it leaves room for girls to believe that if men can, sorry, I'll say this again so you can cut that part. It leaves room for girls to think that men can treat them poorly and they still like them. That's my soapbox.
I could see it. But I think it is dependent on how old you are and
how mean or
how
whatever.
mean it is. Pretty situational. But yeah.
All right.
Do you have anything else? 'Cause I have a couple things.
You go, and I'll see if I have anything else.
Okay. So something that I think there's a couple things that I do think would fly in
That
2020.
would. Oh, would. Okay.
Yeah. Just like it's cool to see that it's still relevant.
Uh-huh.
So one thing is Luke with his no cell phones. He has that sign up there. Back then, I mean, you got your flip phones and stuff, and it wasn't as. I mean, I'm sure it was a thing.
But it's annoying.
And that's annoying. But now everyone's on their phone 24/7. And it's a pretty relevant sign to still have if you want that type of environment of people.
And that would be nice.
Yeah.
Because then he would make their customers like talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that would definitely fly in 2024.
It should fly. Like at our wedding when I was like, I asked for no cell phones.
Yeah, and everybody was like,
they were doing the secret one. They were like,
yeah. So yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Would fly. I think something else that was really cool and pretty sick that they had and definitely should have in 2024. I think everyone's already kind of in that mindset. But what is it, Drella, the harp player?
Oh yeah.
Right? When she was done, she was done. That's lunch time. Gotta go. I'm not working anymore.
Yes.
Like, let's go. Let's stop the work. Go get your break. Eat your food. Come back.
She has good boundaries.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool, and she didn't take any disrespect from Lorelais. Like, I'm not a Panasonic.
Yeah.
You know, she stood up for herself. She went there, did her job, left for lunch.
That should fly.
It. That's what that. Yep.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, and I guess I don't think I have any more.
All right.
What would fly?
Cool.
Now we're gonna go into our rating out of 10, and that translation to the grade, like A, B,
Yeah,
C.
I have no idea what we graded it last time.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
So,
I think it was in the 8s.
In the 8s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you would rate this one? I thought it had a lot of really good, interesting things that happened. Right? You get so many new characters. You're reintroduced to the plot. You see Emily and Lorelai's relationship some more in depthly. You see Luke and Lorelai. You see Lane. I feel like you get to see a lot. And you get context and insight to a lot of things that are going on and seeing how they...
And a new setting, like
Chilton.
Chilton.
So it was really good. I'm going to say it was maybe like a... I'm trying to think of what I didn't like about it, but honestly, there wasn't any Dean. So for that, I'm gonna knock it down a little bit
Uh-huh.
because we saw Dean in the last episode. Where is he? No mention of him at all. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but just walking around, maybe building the
But
world.
also, I think you said mentioned last time. Are we like this one? I guess we're rating as an episode because last time was like we're rating it as a pilot because it's like it introduces you to everything. So this is kind of like in comparison to the first episode, right? Like it's Gilmore Girls now that you're rating,
Yeah.
not just like story building.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9.1.
Oh, whoa! I'm gonna give it an 8.7.
Whoa, it's pretty just like different from mine.
It's not like I'm just. It was like again story building, but I think I'm just thinking of it more as a whole, and like this is like this is the episode I need to go back and we'll do our rewatchability, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a higher than almost a 9. It's still a good episode, but like I guess I got like I'm not gonna give 9s easily. Not trying to call you.
Can I go back on mine?
No, I was just kidding. It's
8.9.
okay.
8.9.
Okay.
8.9. I'm gonna save my 9s. 8.9.
So 9.1, 8.9, pretty similar.
Yeah, I forgot to drop off the points for no Dean.
Oh,
so,
okay. All right. That's
8.9.
understandable.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, now rewatchability. I would say, you went first last time. For my rewatchability, I would rewatch this more than I would rewatch the pilot because the pilot's too much. Like I already know all this stuff. Like we get the premise, so I would rewatch this. But I would rewatch this. Let's see. Would I stop what I was doing? Would I when it's on the floor in the room on the iPad and we're trying to fall asleep? Would I stop and no? But I might do that for later episodes. So I would say I would rewatch it maybe if I was cleaning the restroom and it was in the hallway. I would stop to see the scene with what's it called? With Luke and Lorelai having their little. I think I always stop for those with their little like, oh well, he's old. Well, their little flirtatious moment. I would stop and watch it. So yeah. That's my rewatchability.
Yeah, I think I would probably rewatch it if I was walking through the grocery store and someone's watching it on their phone.
And you would lean over their shoulder.
Just kind of glance back a little bit, especially if it's like in the beginning when she's walking out that pink outfit. It's like, that's crazy, Lorelai.
Yeah.
Or if I see the scene with Rory opening the locker and about to bump into Paris, I'm like, I gotta watch that and see that happen. So I think there's some things that's like worth a glance, but definitely not going to be paying attention to it the whole time. I would definitely not like just be over their shoulder walking down.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, like,
I love this part.
Yeah, like, I also need white bread. And then follow them to the eggs, and I forgot my eggs too. Like, I wouldn't be following them around.
How much are so if they're holding it like this? Or is it like is it like a kid holding in their parents are moving? Because
no, it's not worth watching a kid. I'm not gonna be staring at a kid.
No, but I'm just saying how I don't see how someone's how is someone watching this in the grocery store and grocery shopping?
They're a duo. They could be brother sister. They could be a couple. I'm just saying it's two adults. One's primarily focused on the shopping. One's less so.
And one's sitting in the cart with the phone.
No, I'm not. I'm sure there's going to be episodes where I would stare at a kid holding a phone.
Oh, but not this one.
But this is not the one where I would risk that. This one I'm glancing
risk? I'm just kidding.
Glancing over older person over the age of 18, probably mid-20s, maybe mid-20s to like 40s.
Am I with you at the grocery store? Because I think I'd be mad.
It's a glance. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not staring.
Okay. Because then I'd be like, is he looking at the Gilmore Girls?
No. We just happen to walk down the same aisle.
Right. Okay.
I hear the show. I'm like, is that Gilmore
Are they
Girls?
on the cereals aisle? Are they going to get s'mores?
They're on the international food section.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I'm there. And so I would like cross paths and be like, oh, it's Gilmore Girls. And then if they're on those specific scenes, I would hover around them a little bit to just like, oh.
And maybe are they rude and they don't have their headphones in so you could hear the volume? Because you might be like this.
It could be either, or they just have really loud
headphones
like earphones on. So that's my rewatchability rating.
But then also, okay, like I like that better. I would like if people were, public, like how sometimes you hear like a kid in the cart or a kid in the stroller and they're like watching Cocomelon like on full volume. Mm-hmm. This would be better audio than Cocomelon.
What are you trying to say about Coco Melon? I'm trying to get sponsored out here.
Oh, the cocoa. Well, then these will both be really good things to hear in the grocery store without headphones on.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So, any last remarks? Closing thoughts?
Not for me, Mary.
Magdalene.
Catch you guys next time.